This is Embrace Your Inner Boldness, a podcast about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. I'm Melissa Henning-Frank, coach, guide, and founder of Becoming Bold. I help you strip away the conditioning, reclaim your voice, and rise into the power that's always been yours. Let's get right to it. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Okay, friend, today we're getting into something that we all deal with. We don't always know how to deal with it. So you know those people that you just don't click with? The ones who make your body tense before they even walk in the room? Maybe it's a coworker whose energy really drains you. Maybe it's a family member who always rubs you the wrong way. Or maybe it's a type of person, like anyone in authority, or people who seem a certain way, or maybe it's a group of people. Maybe it's someone you want to like, but something in you just says, nope. You know who I'm talking about. This is for you if you wish things were different, easier, more fun, less exhausting. This episode is about understanding those weird dynamics in a deeper, more compassionate way. And it's not about labeling people as difficult. It's about helping you feel better, calmer, and more confident in how you show up around them. So let's go. Start by thinking of one or two people that you tend to struggle with. And you don't have to say their names out loud. Just hold them in your mind. And then ponder these questions. You don't have to do anything with these quite yet. Just get the brain turning in the direction of trying to understand more about what's going on. So think about, when does the discomfort show up? What situations seem to trigger it? How do you feel in your body around them? And how long has this been going on? This step matters because if we don't name the pattern, we keep repeating the pattern. So later, take some time to download the free worksheet that's available to email subscribers so that you can really dig into this. It's a self-reflection guide that will help you understand the dynamics and really empower yourself to respond with more confidence, clarity, and calm. And it's free when you sign up for the weekly email. There's no catch. So let's talk about the psychology about what's happening when we don't click with someone. So we think that we're reacting to the person, but we're actually reacting to something about the person. So it could be a trait, a tone, a behavior that touches something deeper in us. So here's a few common psychological reasons that you might not click with someone. Number one, they remind you of someone from your past. Sometimes our bodies recognize patterns before our brains do. So maybe their communication style is similar to a parent who was really hard on you, or a sibling who dismissed you, or someone who made you feel small. Your nervous system automatically says, we've seen this before, and then they jump into protection mode. Number two, they activate old wounds. So if someone is overly confident and you were raised to shrink, that can feel threatening. If someone is blunt and you learn to keep the peace, that can feel rude. If someone is inconsistent and you grew up in chaos, your system won't trust them. Most of the discomfort is happening inside of us, not because of them. Number three, your personality preferences are opposite. Think MBTI for a second. Some people need details, others want the big picture. Some talk to think, others think before they talk. Some want directness, others need warmth. Opposite preferences create friction without anyone doing anything wrong. Number four, their behavior touches a value or a boundary. If you value kindness and they're sarcastic. If you value honesty and they spin things or don't tell the whole truth. If you value stability and they're unpredictable. You'll feel that mismatch immediately. It feels yucky. Number five, they bring out a version of you that you don't like. Maybe you become defensive when you're around them. Maybe you over-explain. Maybe you feel small. Maybe you shut down. Sometimes the difficult person is really just a mirror reflecting part of ourselves that we're still healing. So it's not about blaming yourself. It's about understanding the deeper layers so that you can put the power back into your own hands. So here's a powerful reframe that I want you to consider. This person is not my enemy. They are my assignment. They're showing you something about yourself, your boundaries, your triggers, your wounds, your communication preferences, your needs, your patterns. And when we stop seeing them as the thing that gets in our way and start seeing the interaction as the teacher, then everything can change. You're no longer reacting, you're responding. You're reclaiming your peace. I have a plan for you that will help you move forward positively and start to notice a shift in how you feel around these peeps. When you really do the work on this, you will start to see how different you are and how you feel after an interaction with them. Sometimes it'll be super obvious and you'll be shocked at how much better things are and how they've become. Sometimes you won't notice the shift until later when you realize you've handled it much differently than past you would have. All of it is a win and it's worth doing the work. So this is where you equip yourself behind the scenes. No confrontation required unless you want it. This is about strengthening your inner world so that the outer world feels less chaotic. Think about this like going to the gym. It's not easy to get off your buns and get to the gym, but you feel pretty good when you're walking out of the gym because of the work you did. You'll feel uncomfortable while you're there. Your muscles will be sore for a couple of days, but overall, your strength increases and it gets easier if you keep going. So the first thing you're going to do is name the dynamic and just say it simply. This relationship drains me. Or I feel tense around this person. Or I shut down when they talk over me. Naming it helps you take the fog out of it. It turns a feeling into something you can work with. I call this name it to tame it, and I use this so often in my work with coaching clients and with teams. So here are some prompts to help you analyze this. What specifically happens? What do they do that sets off the discomfort inside of you? And what do you do in response to that? Number 2, identify the trigger behind the trigger. Some questions to think about. What does this remind me of? You might be surprised what comes up when you ask yourself this. An old childhood pain, a previous boss, an old relationship, the moment where you felt unheard or unseen. Here's what you can be doing behind the scenes. Journal what this person brings out in you. Ask yourself, is it about them or something I'm still healing within me? Notice any patterns in other relationships that are similar to the one you're experiencing with this person. Number 3, shift the story that you're telling yourself. So instead of, they're trying to get under my skin and getting all irritated, try, my body is reacting to an old pattern, not the current moment. And instead of, they're rude, try, their communication style is different from mine. This doesn't excuse harmful behaviors, but it frees you from making everything personal and it gives you your power back. So think about these things. What story am I attaching to this person? And what's another possible interpretation of what's happening here? What do I need in order to feel grounded? Number 4, adjust your energy before you interact. If you don't do anything else, if you don't hear anything else in this episode, hear me now. This one has been my go-to for years, and I keep going back to it because it works. When I am intentional with this, everything goes more smoothly. So before you walk into a meeting, a holiday gathering, or a conversation with that person, take a deep breath, drop your shoulders, decide how you want to feel, preset your emotional tone. You can do this by saying, quietly or in your mind, I choose to stay grounded. I don't have to match their energy. I can protect my peace without shrinking. Set a small intention. I am the influencer, not the influenced. Don't let them take your power, okay? Behind the scenes, you can do these things. Visualize yourself staying calm. Set a small intention or I am statement like, I am curious, I am neutral, or I am kind but firm. Limit your time around them if needed. Number 5, choose your next best action. And I don't mean the perfect one. We're not trying to fix the entire relationship immediately. You just choose one small shift for the better. Some options for choosing your next best action are asking clarifying questions instead of reacting. Say less if you tend to over-explain. Speak up if you tend to shrink. Set a small boundary. Shorten the interaction. Change how you approach them. Stop taking their behavior personally. Find one neutral or positive interpretation to anchor to. Determine when to engage and when to disengage. This is about progress, not perfection, again. It's about reclaiming your power one moment at a time. Did you notice that this isn't about focusing on the other person or pointing fingers or placing blame or shame? The goal is to make you stronger, calmer, clearer, and more grounded in who you are. When you understand why someone triggers you, when you stop personalizing their behavior, when you shift your mindset, when you anchor your energy, and when you take small, intentional actions, you become someone who can navigate any personality in any environment. That's leadership, that's emotional maturity, that's boldness, and that's what we're here for. Find a buddy who will hold you accountable for doing this work. Share this episode with them. Have them sign up for the weekly email too, so you can both grab the free worksheet and work together on this. The link is in the show notes and in the bio of all my social media accounts. You can find me, Melissa Henning Frank, and my business, Becoming Bold LLC, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok. I'd love to connect with you. The link is in the show notes. And until next time, please be kind to your mind. That's it for today's episode of Embrace Your Inner Boldness. If this stirred something in you, don't let it fade. Screenshot this episode, tag me at Becoming Bold LLC, and share it with someone else who's ready to rise. And hey, if you haven't already, take a second to subscribe, rate, and review the show. That's how we spread the boldness and keep this movement growing. Whatever came up for you today, feel the fear and do it anyway. You don't need to wait for perfect timing or permission. You are powerful. You are ready. And remember, the only limit to your boldness is the one you set for yourself. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep becoming you.